Hi, I'm Joanna Turner. I'm a wealth and success coach. I'm also an EFT practitioner, an NLP practitioner, and a certified health coach. But I used to be a chartered accountant. I worked for 13 years in the insurance industry, and along with my 4 years of degree, 17 years working as an accountant. It's a very long time doing something you're not particularly passionate about. I was working really long hours, weekends, and I was basically not a happy camper. I had gained huge amounts of weight, lost weight. I was all over the place. But it wasn't just my weight that started to suffer, everything else had as well. I was having panic attacks. I was totally burnt out with adrenal fatigue. I had two bouts of when my hair was starting to fall out, and I knew something had to change. So I started taking some control of my health and discovered natural health. And that kick-started this entire journey. It's not quite what I do now, but I'll get to that in a moment. But I'd still ignored all the warning signs and I was still working crazy hours, even though I'd started to lose weight. And I then unfortunately had a back injury doing the one thing I did get some fulfillment out of, and that's surf lifesaving. I absolutely love surf lifesaving because I get to help people give back to the community. But it was one of those days, a huge surf out in one of the rescue boats. I had a lower back compression and really hurt my back. And I was literally taken out of the game because sitting for me was incredibly painful. I was okay walking around or lying down and had to sort of stop and lie down a lot, but I literally couldn't sit at my desk job anymore. And I literally knew that something had to change, this big sign from the universe that actually wasn't allowing me to work in my full-time accounting job anymore. So I discovered IIN and became a health coach. Through that, not only did I have this passion for healthy eating, but I wanted to go and find out why people ate, because it wasn't about the food, it was always about this something deeper, like why could people, they know what they should eat, but they couldn't control themselves. And I hadn't been able to control myself for many, many years. I tried with sheer willpower alone to lose some weight and managed a few times, but really it was that deeper underlying emotion. So when I went on to discover the power of EFT and became an advanced practitioner in it, I realized that it was something so much deeper. I discovered the power of the subconscious mind and went on to study NLP as well. But the real breakthrough I had was when I discovered that people, the way they do one thing is the way they do all things. So usually the reasons that people emotionally eat are also the reasons they can't make money in their business. When I had this breakthrough for myself, I realized that I'd stumbled onto something. And I knew if I could fix my emotional eating with EFT, then maybe I could also fix the reasons that people weren't making money using those same simple tools from EFT and NLP. So that's my new approach. Also, coming from this accounting background, talking about money for me comes naturally and it feels really normal. And although I'm talking about it in a very different way, I think having it sort of makes sense of my solid accounting in background in accounting. So that's a little bit about my story. I've had some tremendous success with some of my clients using this combination of techniques, which I don't know anybody else uses. I know a lot of people use EFT, but it's that combination I use, which I think has become really powerful and is getting me these amazing results in my clients that I'm beginning to get really known for. I would love for you to join me, sign up for my newsletter on the bar above. And I'd love to get to know you. If you feel like working with me one-on-one, I'd love to have a discovery call with you and get to know you and see if we would be a good fit for working together. I'm all about empowering women. I want them to be healthy, wealthy, and visible. But I really want people to be the best. I want them to be able to get their stories out there, to be heard, to be seen, and to feel okay doing that, and to be able to charge their worth. I think women, we undercharge, we don't charge, and then we sometimes can get caught in this financial comfort zone where we have this upper lower limit that literally constrains us into a place where we can't earn any more money. And I see women struggling all the time, and they get into this real negative energy and a bit of a tailspin, and they get into a place where they're literally repelling clients. When you get into that low negative place of fear, of vulnerability, fear of judgment, success, failure, you name it, confusion, we literally start to repel clients. I was doing it myself. I had 2 people sign on, and then within a day of each other, they both cancelled. I also had 3 discovery calls within about 10 minutes cancel on me. But it wasn't until I questioned, what am I doing? Am I actually part of this, or is it everybody else? Funnily enough, I was a common denominator, and so were all my fears and worries and stresses. And it wasn't until I really addressed those with specific one-on-one money blocks coaching that I really got some clarity around why I wasn't attracting clients, why I wasn't charging my worth, and totally flipped things on its head. From making only a couple of $1,000s in the first 6 months of my business, which is almost nothing, I suddenly made $40,000 within 6 weeks. And that was one incredible turnaround. But it wasn't a miracle. I am super special. Well, I am a little bit. But the changes, they're not a massive secret. I wrote a great ebook explaining everything I did, all of the 20 steps I took to really create that change in my business and the change I want for you too. But my number one tip was getting coached on my money block. I was helping other people get through their money blocks, but I needed it too. And until I overcame mine, I really couldn't move my business forward and really help the number of people that I wanted to serve. I am so excited to be doing this work. I know it is my calling. I get goosebumps when I help people and they clear and move things out of their body. But it's not all about money. I talk a lot about money, but really those underlying reasons we don't make money and we overeat has got nothing to do with the money. It's usually something much deeper. And that is what I want to resolve and uncover and help you move forward with. If you're procrastinating, if you're avoiding things in your business, I call it going into your holding pattern. For some people, it's emotional eating. Some people, it's smoking, drinking, social media addiction. You know, it really depends what your go-to thing is. Some people over-exercise. Whatever that thing is that you keep going to, it usually has a negative consequence of some sort. It's just your subconscious trying to protect you from the fear and doing that thing that scares you. But ultimately, it's causing you harm and it's causing your business harm. Because each of these things, they usually cause, in the emotional eating instance, weight gain or lower energy, less motivation. And when you put all those kind of things together, they're going to really stop you moving forward in your business, especially if you don't want to be visible. That is one of my key things. I never wanted to be visible. I wanted to hide in the back of photographs. I had never even seen myself on a video until November 2014. And now I have a YouTube channel with subscribers. It just seems a little bit ridiculous. But for me, I had to move past my own fears of being seen, my fear of public speaking. My legs and hands and voice used to shake, and I've even cried on stage. So I've been on this huge journey, personal development journey myself, and so I know it's possible to let this stuff go and to move forward in a really happy, positive way and to create the change that you so badly want to create. Our beliefs that come from our limiting beliefs that come from our subconscious make no sense. We are consciously saying we want one thing. I want more clients. I want to make this amount of money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But if that isn't fully aligned for you at your deepest subconscious level, you're never going to get anywhere. That subconscious pull, which makes up 85% of your brain, is what's driving the bus. So if you have limiting beliefs that actually it's not going to happen, if you're constantly comparing yourself to others, and if you're getting more and more stressed, there is no way you're going to be able to move forward in your business. Willpower can only get you so far, but you will keep hitting these blocks and stumbling blocks along the way. I know how hard it was to quit my corporate job, and I hate to see people take that first brave move and then not see the results and the desired income that they want because they're so constrained and held back by all these deep emotional issues. But it might not have been some trauma. It might not be like, oh, I had a traumatic childhood. I had a wonderful childhood with loving parents, but at the same time, from just little small instances as a child, had created this values and belief system which drove my entire life and the way I see the world and the way I operate. And they were not positive, unfortunately, despite a loving, happy childhood. So everybody has something that's holding them back. If we didn't, and if we had no limiting beliefs, everybody would have exactly what they want, right? Could you imagine a world where we all had exactly what we want? But I feel like I've stumbled upon this amazing secret. And that's exactly what I want to share with people and to show you the power of shifting this stuff. I literally cannot believe the impact I have on people's lives. It lights me up and gives me huge amounts of fulfillment every single day. And when I see these shifts, it just blows my mind that this is the kind of impact I get to have in my life. And it's crazy. I get to travel the world, meet some of the most incredible women that are making changes too, and call them my friends. That the community and the aspect has just been so powerful for me. And to know I get to live this life and help people every day just blows my mind. But I want that for everybody. I want everybody to be happy and healthy and, really making the money that they deserve in their life, to live the life they want to live, and to serve and empower other people by their example. One of my missions is to inspire people that it's possible, from being a sad, overweight accountant that dressed from head to foot in black to hide her body, to being this happy person that's living out a dream, really. I just want to let you know that it's possible for you too. I've had photo shoots in Paris. I'm about to have another one in LA, had one in Sydney. And for somebody that didn't even like themselves or being photographed, I can't even describe the feeling having something like that happen. It just proves how far I've come. And for somebody who didn't think she could write, I've written 2 ebooks. I've just co-authored a book with some really big names in the personal development world that's shooting its way up the Amazon bestseller list and is sitting in shelves on Barnes and Noble. For me, I could never have even predicted that. I did put that I wanted a best-selling book on my goals list, so really recommending that, but I had no idea how that would ever happen. But once you start getting into that flow and that energy and to believe that things are possible, the craziest things happen, the most amazing opportunities come your way, and the world just opens up. The universe wants us to have everything we desire, absolutely everything. It wants us to lead beautiful, amazing, abundant lives. But we have to get over ourselves and all this inner crap first and start to believe it and put our faith out there into the universe. I know it sounds a bit woo-woo. As a former very corporate chartered accountant, I think it's a bit crazy too, but it works. Trust me, I would not have quit a really successful corporate job earning very high 6-figure salary to talk about energy and chi and woo-woo if I didn't think it worked. And I certainly wouldn't be staking my reputation on anything that I didn't think was incredibly powerful. So anyway, that's it. If you're still watching, congratulations, and I hope I can speak to you and connect with you soon in some way. So thank you very much. That's it for me, and I will speak to you soon.